The Optimist Show is about news, information, entertainment, and activism. Welcome to the Optimist Show podcast, and we want to welcome all of you wherever you are this time, and thank you very much for joining us as we continue to keep hope alive. The Optimist Show brings you the information as it is, and so we are glad to be with you today so that we can share together. Please like and share, subscribe to our channel, The Optimist Show, keeping hope alive.
It's estimated 1 in every 10 people in Grenada have the sickle cell trait. Having the trait does not mean you are sick or unhealthy. Very healthy people have the trait. Unfortunately, many of these people are unaware that they carry the trait. You see, when 2 people with the trait have a child, there is a 1 in 4 chance that the child will be born with the sickle cell disease. That is why it is important to know if you have the trait. Sickle cell is associated with life-threatening conditions, and it can be very painful. You see, the body's red cells can pass freely through the arteries and veins, but the sickled cells can get stuck, and this is what causes pain. This disease, you cannot catch it from someone. It is inherited. You are born with the trait or the full-blown disease. It comes from your parents. So let's talk sickle cell and what it is about and what can be learned about it and how to live with it. Let's all make better decisions about our family's health by learning the facts and getting tested. A message from the Sickle Cell Association of Grenada. Please call 458-6399 or email us at grenadasc@gmail.com.
Well, let me welcome all of you to this podcast. And as usual, we do have information that is relevant and very important for all our viewers. On this feature today, I have with me Mr. Simeon Collins, who is no stranger. Generally speaking, he has been around and is very much involved in consumer affairs, health and safety, and things of that sort. And today we're going to be speaking about the importance of protecting the environment. Good day to you, Mr. Collins, and welcome to the Optimist Show podcast.
Yes, thank you for your kind invitation. As you said, I am involved in a lot of things, but I'm a retiree right now. I used to be the director of the Grenada Bureau of Standards for about 26 years. Then I retired and I went over to Suriname to start an organization for the CARICOM. It was named CAFSA, the Caribbean Agricultural Health and Food Safety Agency. As the name indicated, basically our main areas were agricultural health and food safety. Agricultural health meaning plant health and animal health and food safety. After CAFSA, then I retired and I came back home. But I started my life as a school teacher, taught for about 4 or 5 years at the St. Joe's Modern Secondary School in Guelph, where I was teaching physics, chemistry, and maths to the senior form. Then I left and went over to Wesley College, taught there for 1 year, history, Spanish, and mathematics. So more or less that's me. And since I retired, I have started my own consultancy, since I am an occupational safety and health auditor, as well as an ISO 9000 auditor and a HACCP auditor. So I have started my own consultancy, and I've been involved in a lot of training. And so the last one I did was in Dominica with the OECS Ministers of Fisheries, when they asked me to speak on a topic which was the safety of seafoods. And now I have to go to Guyana to do another training, OSHA, for the fishery industry out there, the seaboard and so on, the shrimp industry. It's going to be for the first leg would be in February. We'll train them, and then in May I got to go back and see how they go. They have checklists also, so when I look at what non-conformances they got, and then identify corrective action and so on and so forth. And as you said, I write a lot in the newspapers, the Grenada Voice, as well as the New Today. Every day I have an article out on each of these.
Okay, well, I mean, so when I said that you are a very important person and a very busy person, you have just said it. You know, you have shown us all the things that you have been involved with. All
That's
right. So
very, very important, just a little fella from the fishing village of Granary, a little fisherman from the fishing village of Granary, and I am happy to be there. Sparrow Village. And
yes, yes, I understand. I understand. But one of the reasons why I invited you to have this conversation with me is concerns have been raised about the environment. And we live in an era where the environment is key and critical to several things. Now, what we see emerging, of course, as you might be aware, many years ago, there were campaigns upon campaigns to ban plastic. Yes, and I guess, well, you are wrong, and as someone who was involved with the Grenada Bureau of Standards. But now we see it emerging because of a lot of the plastics that have been available now, water, and the disposal of it is not been managed properly. So I wanted you to speak to us about the harmful effects about these plastics in the environment, and why is it that we should be concerned about protecting the environment?
and well expressed, as you said, there's plastic pollution, which is capable of affecting the land, the sea, and the water, since a large portion of marine and land creatures have died due to the fact that plastic is non-biodegradable and it can cause hazards to the soil. Being non-biodegradable, it doesn't degrade naturally, but it can cause hazards to the soil. It also emits toxic gases when exposed or heated up. It blocks drain lines and fill up land space, causing floods and erosion, thereby causing deterioration of roads. In addition to all that, plastic wastes are also harmful to human health. They may contain harmful acids which may lead to death. With the decline of prices and increasing plastic waste, the world is tending towards energy, right now, and sustainable development. Therefore, there's an urgent need for recycling plastic into a solution for wealth creation worldwide. The highest portion of our home garbage consists of plastic waste. There are 4 basic things man need to survive: air to breathe, water to drink. We also need food to eat and the land to stand on. So if plastic waste threatens these 4 basic needs, there's a need for plastic waste management. Very necessary. That's why we have to start with recycling. Now, recycling. Plastic producers have known for more than 30 years that recycling is not an economically or technically viable plastic waste management solution. That has not stopped them from promoting it. Plastic, which is made from oil and gas, is notoriously difficult to recycle. Doing so requires careful sorting, since most of the thousands of chemically distinct varieties of plastic cannot be recycled together. That renders an already pricey process even more expensive. Another challenge is that the material degrades each time it is reused, meaning it generally only could be used once or twice. Okay, so more or less, that is some of the big problems here. So we have to look at the importance of plastic. Okay, we got to look at the importance of plastic. A strong, lightweight plastic can enable us to live better while contributing to sustainability in many ways. Okay, it can help us to protect the environment by reducing waste, lowering greenhouse gas emissions, and saving energy at home, at work, and at the road. Its packaging helps to dramatically extend the shelf life of fresh foods and beverages, which allow us to ship more products with less packaging materials, reducing both food and packaging waste. Plastic insulation, sealants, and other building materials are making our home significant more energy efficient while reducing costs for heating and cooling. And lightweight plastic in cars can dramatically increase miles per gallon, saving drivers money at the pump. They not only it help doctors save lives, but they protect our loved ones at home. That's plastic. It protect our loved ones at home, on the road, on the job, on the play. And these advanced materials are helping make health care more affordable.
The information that you just shared there is valuable and it is important. One of the questions I ask, why is it important for us to make a concerted effort, deliberate, intentional effort to protect the environment? Why?
Very important because, as I said, plastic has transformed our everyday lives. But the volume of plastic and its long lifespan make it one of our biggest waste problems. We all have a role to play in tackling our plastic problem. As a consumer, and I know you're very deeply the consumer affairs the department that we were trying to, union actually, we were trying to form at the Bureau of Standards. Okay, it really didn't get off the ground up to now. Okay, as a consumer, you can make a big impact by making small changes to how you use plastic. You need to act now. Stop using unnecessary single-use and problematic plastics. So plastic that you are one and throw it away. You have to stop that right now. The simplest way to reduce plastic waste is to avoid unnecessary and single-use plastic. Support businesses who are reducing plastic waste and reuse existing plastic by saying no to disposable plastic cutlery, plastic straws, and other single-use plastic. You should avoid plastics that cannot be recycled if only alternatives exist. Once you have alternative, avoid it. Avoid plastic that cannot be recycled. As I said, once you have it, you'll have to avoid that. In addition to that, we should have reusable items such as water bottles, shopping bags, cups, and travel cutlery in order to completely eliminate the possibility for any plastic contaminants. Food producers should minimize the use of plastic and rubber in the production environment. It is not very realistic to completely eliminate these materials from productions, since many processing materials have plastics parts in them. But what we can do is that we have to find other ways to prevent possible contamination. And there are many other ways you can use. The first and probably the easiest thing to do is use X-ray visible tools, pens, gloves, and band-aids in the production environment. There are many from food safe materials and are enriched with materials to make them detectable with X-ray inspection system. The X-ray visible accessories, where the high density detectable materials evenly spread across the item, are the safest, since it can be detected even if only a small fracture of it ends up in production. Usually, some of the high-risk contamination parts of accessories are of certain color, example, bright blue, conveyor belt, a red bag closer, so that an optimum camera can detect them too. The only limitation with optical systems is that they detect visible contaminants on top of the product, but not contaminants inside the product, as X-ray system can do. Okay? To further improve the detectability of plastic and rubber contaminants, it is important that the detection is performed after the food product has been packaged and sealed. Okay, you seal it properly and have it packaged. And the Bureau have seals, it has packaging materials you can get that can help you, to seal it. And you can even buy the cellophane and other plastics there. No matter what inspection method is used, the detection rate drops if the products are inspected in a secondary package. For example, a carbon box with 10 of packaged products inside. Also, the inspection happens in the primary package phase. The benefit of an X-ray inspection can be utilized more efficiently. Example, the detection of desirable plastic components such as plastic utensils. Basically, what I can say is that there are several steps a food processor can take to improve the detection of hazardous contaminants such as plastics and rubber. The first thing is to acknowledge the risk of contamination, then reducing the risk of exposure. And finally, the most important decision is to implement proper inspection equipment to ensure the safety of your food products and to protect your consumers and your food brand.
Well, you have said it all. You have given us some very, very good tips as well for us to follow, especially talking to us as consumers. And generally speaking, the environment is a very important aspect of our lives going forward. In closing, what would you like to leave? In fact, we are going to be having you on this program from time to time. But this is just the introduction, I would like to say, the run-up. Yes, so we're going to be having conversations on the importance of the environment, why consumers should protect themselves, and so on. So I want to give the final word. What do you have to say as we end this conversation?
Well, just to say that not all plastics are bad, okay? There are bad ones, you have good ones. You have to do recycling. Those that you're going to have to use once or twice as the plastic bags and so. Don't use them. I noticed we could have, the government, not just here in Grenada, but CARICOM took a decision to, to stop using these plastics. I noticed people now buy the cloth bags when they go in the supermarkets or something like that. You see, that make a lot of sense. You can come with your cloth bag 10, 20 times. I have some in my car and I use them a lot. I don't use plastic. And I even give people, because some people usually don't have any. So I give them and say, look, man, hold on. Don't just, work with the things in your hand. And so that I think we can do as much as possible. And let's move forward, working together in whatever we do. Thank you so much.
Okay, then. All the best. Take care. And I'll speak to you again soon.
Appreciate
Thanks.
it. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Good.
Tossed and battered, bruised and knocked down, forever changed. But from the rubble, hope rises. The Optimist Show returns.
Well, let me say thank you to Mr. Simeon Collins for taking the time to give us his insight on some of these issues pertaining to the environment and the use of plastics. We trust that you would have gained some information and insights into our practice as using these products as consumers. So thank you again, and looking forward to have you back on the program at some other time. And to our viewers, we want to say thank you as well for sharing these moments with us. You can leave a comment, like, share, and subscribe so you can follow us and know what's happening in our next podcast.